Hey friends, today I want to walk you through the benefits of each module in the hacking music training. I want to show you how artists are harnessing the power of each module in a way that drives real results as they build their career. And after this last group, I am convinced that there will never be a better time than right now for artists who are building and deploying their music, their products, and their experiences for their fans. So with that, also, if this is helpful to you, I want to invite you to grab book 1 in the Hacking Music series for free. This is the Laying the Foundation, Removing Limiting Beliefs book that is really packed with clear, coherent ways to unplug from this magical thinking and to really plug in to mindsets that multiply what you're doing and to strengthening and supporting your music. So we're going to make that available to you. It'll be in the link below. You can grab it here now. So let's go through the 12 modules and the benefits that we've seen with our artists and entrepreneurs. So module 1 is laying the foundation. And as artists harness the power of this module, we see some super powerful things happen. So most artists kind of believe some mythology, some limiting beliefs, and some magical thinking when they're baby artists. Like they're special and the world revolves around them. But as they graduate and mature as an artist, they believe that they actually have to build a business. So laying the foundation helps artists unplug from those limiting beliefs and really replug in some clear and coherent strengthening beliefs that help them focus and execute as they move forward in their career. Super important module, as everything in hacking music will sit on our foundation. Super teams, e-commerce for artists, lean music methodology, super songs, all the other modules will sit on the foundation. So getting this right is really important and beneficial to artists as they build a 5, 10, 15-year career. So that's module 1, laying the foundation. Module 2 is artist as hacker. So how this benefits artists is really important because most artists can get their feelings hurt. Somebody can say something negative about them and they kind of curl up. And that's just part of the artist temperament and makeup, right? We get that. So how artist as hacker strengthens artists is that we bring to bear a set of tools, hacker tools, that allow artists to be, they're kind of like power tools. They're force multipliers that allow them to kind of take off their artist hat and put on their hacker hat when they need to. So instead of just coloring with the 8 crayons, they have the 64 crayons that they can color with. So that's artist as hacker, hacker skills for artists. We're not trying to turn you into a technologist. We are trying to give you a number of tools that protect your creative DNA, if that makes sense. So that's artist as hacker. The next module is module 3, creative differentiation. And as artists harness the power of this module, we see some really powerful byproducts. So what is differentiation? Differentiation is the ability for an artist to be set apart from everybody else. Instead of being a clone, instead of being like somebody else, they're kind of standing on their own 2 feet. They're comfortable in their own skin, right? So how do you do that? Everybody says, well, you just need to be original. Well, yes, that's great, but help me get there. So that's exactly what we do in this module. There is a framework we use that allows artists to answer 4 questions that significantly add sanity and clarity to answering this question of how do you become more original. There's 4 questions. There's some case studies of artists who have walked through these 4 questions. Powerful module. Number 4 is super teams, building teams to win. So as artists harness the power of this module, we see some really great things. So artists can be, as they assemble their teams, they can be complementary teams. What that means is that they're kind of assembling teams that strengthen and support what they do rather than duplicate what they do. So there's 4 personality temperaments that are essential to getting lift as a team. So instead of going sideways with your team, you're able to gain momentum and to get lift as a team, and it's kind of like a propeller. It just takes off because it's working. That's how teams work, and that's some of the benefits that we've seen with artists and entrepreneurs, specifically to Module 4. So Module 5 is super songs, the good, the bad, and the insanely great. So as artists and entrepreneurs harness the power of this module, we see some really great byproducts. So historically, artists will plant their songs in the wrong neighborhood. So what Super Songs allows them to do is to plant their songs in the neighborhood that generates the most revenue. One particular song archetype delivers 80% of the revenue for artists and music companies every day. So you want to build your songs in those neighborhoods. What happens with baby artists and developing artists is that they do the opposite. There's actually a song archetype that artists inadvertently will build their songs in that is unpitchable and unmonetizable. Why artists do that, I don't know, but I know that they do that. So you want to avoid that quadrant and really build your songs in the right neighborhood. So that's the Super Songs module. Module 6 is Welcome to the Experience Economy. So as artists harness the power of this module, we see them building experiences for their fans instead of just silver discs. Sure, you can still monetize product. We do it every day, and that's great. But you, as an artist, you are there to stage experiences for your artists. And that's one of the powerful, impactful ways that we've seen artists really get the most benefit out of this particular module. That's Welcome to the Experience Economy, a step-by-step tool for staging experiences that people will pay for. So Module 7 is Living on Planet Reality. Our good friend Scott Borchetta coined that phrase, and we love it. So as artists harness the power of this module, they're able to tell themselves the truth in some really important ways. Instead of just thinking they are Mozart out of the gate or the next Prince, Living on Planet Reality gives them some tools to really quantify their growth, okay? Really important module, Module 7, Living on Planet Reality. Module 8 is Action Wins. This is the tactical stuff of doing more of the right things more of the times. As artists harness the power of this module, they're able to get more hours in their day. They're able to be more productive and to manage their time in a way that they never have before. As artists and entrepreneurs, everything we do is a project. So how we manage those projects, there are some tools that we use and we talk about throughout this module that really multiply the output of your time spent. So it's an incredibly impactful module that really benefits artists in some real tangible ways. That is Action Wins, the tactical stuff of doing more of the right things more of the time. Module 9 is Sync, Supervision, and Clearance. And as artists harness the power of this module, they really begin to have a clear understanding of the sync space, whether it's music supervisors, music clearance, music publishers, and music creators, kind of how they work together and the pain points that artists solve for music supervisors and the pain points that music supervisors solve for filmmakers. You don't want to just be that naggy artist pitching your stuff left and right. You want to have a clear, coherent roadmap to building relationships in the sync space. That is all of what Module 9 is about, sync, supervision, and clearance. So Module 10 is the lean music methodology, managing larger projects with greater clarity. So as artists harness the power of this module, we see them being able to lift and get traction on bigger projects. Baby artists will do 1 week projects, and that's great for baby artists. But as you graduate and move up the ladder, you maybe handle a 3-month project or a 6-month project or a year project. So it allows you to take on bigger projects with clarity, focus, and enthusiasm, and really yield better results. It allows you to be a finisher rather than just a starter, as most baby artists are primarily starters. Module 11 is e-commerce for profitable artists. And as artists harness the power of this module, they discover some really important things in that everything is digital now. So you can't just sit on a stool and try to be lucky. You actually have to build that back office of your platform. So that's what this is packed with, e-commerce for profitable artists. Whether it's Patreon, whether it's Shopify, apps like ClickFunnels or Single, here we see artists driving revenue, hitting $1,000 days over and over again for themselves, and really making money instead of trying to get lucky on Spotify or TikTok. So that's Module 11, e-commerce for profitable artists. So number 12 is the music business model canvas. As artists harness the power of this module, we see some really specific things. So we go through the record label model canvas. There's 12 different record label options and 12 different publisher options. So this module allows artists to see around the corners for the deals that they're going to enter into. They know the differences between a co-pub deal and a full pub deal and a self-publishing deal because visually we go through each of them on this training session. So it's incredibly impactful as artists know where they're going. They understand the differences and iterations of deals before they've even arrived there. Within this module, we also work through the habits of headliners. And as artists harness the power of this module, we see them exchanging the habits of baby artists with the habits of dominating artists, and really stacking those habits in a way that multiply their time in a really simple, powerful way. So that's part of the music business model canvas, is the habits of headliners. So those are a few of the ways that artists harness the power of hacking music. So I hope that helps you as you're thinking about your career. And again, if you would like to receive that free ebook, Laying the Foundation, Removing the Limiting Beliefs and Magical Thinking for Your Career, you can find that link below. We'd love to get that in your hands. So until next time, see you then.